This is KGW News at Sunrise.
This morning on Sunrise, health officials are urging caution this Thanksgiving as they see an uptick in RSV, flu, and COVID cases. How they say you can stay healthy this holiday season. Plus, most people probably have already hit the road, but if you're still planning to travel today or this weekend, you're not alone. AAA says thousands are driving or flying somewhere. Coming up, what you need to know before you head to your destination or back from it. Also, Thanksgiving is here, so is the holiday shopping season. But before you spend a ton of cash at those big box stores, local business owners are hoping you remember them too. How a campaign underway right now is offering an incentive to shop local. And here is a live aerial look at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. I mean, it's going to happen. It's an aerial look of New York there. I can't see the parade either, but it's coming. I promise you, it's coming. NBC's Jay Gray will have more on what you can expect during this year's big celebration. Good Thursday morning. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Hope you have some fun plans for today. We are waking up early with you. Thank you for being here with us.
We zoomed out because the balloons in the parade are so big.
Yeah, they're just so big.
Yeah. That's exciting. My alma mater, University of Missouri marching band is in the parade this year.
That's right,
which,
Mizzou.
I think that's the first time they've ever done that. I marched for 4 years in college. It would be so much fun to be in that parade.
I know. You must be like, oh man, if only 40 years ago, however many years ago.
Okay, that got awkward. Hey, it was right before they invented the trombone, Christine.
Okay,
I was one of the first players ever of the trombone. All right. We have dense fog on the west side. We have a dense fog advisory for Salem, Albany, down to Eugene this morning. Notice no fog out on the east side toward the Glen Jackson Bridge. There's enough of an east wind coming out of the gorge this morning that we do believe the fog over Portland will clear during the morning hours. You can see the shallow fog blanketing and laying down over the city from our Wells Fargo vantage point. It's close to freezing out there out at the airport, so it's a cold start. Sun's coming though, 46 at noon. We'll warm up into the 50s in that 2 o'clock hour this afternoon. Back to you.
Okay, thank you, Rod. This morning, we begin with a warning from Multnomah County health officials. They want parents who have young children to consider rescheduling Thanksgiving gatherings. As our Alma McCarty reports, it comes as RSV cases rise and hospitals run out of room for pediatric patients.
The spike in RSV cases paired with the impending rise in flu and COVID infections, leading state and local health leaders to urge caution.
I have to believe that we all care about children. I have to believe that we care about the well-being of all of our healthcare workers. And I want people to know to keep your kids close this holiday.
And by close, Dr. Jennifer Vines and Dr. Ann Loeffler with the Multnomah County Health Department mean reconsider plans to gather and keep very young, vulnerable kids at home.
Consider the possibility of calling that host and saying, you know what, I think we have to delay this. You know, we may need to schedule our Thanksgiving for February. And if you're a host and you're getting that phone call, I would just suggest that you be very gracious.
Children's hospitals in Portland and beyond going into crisis mode, pushed to the limit and filling up to capacity with RSV cases. That includes Dornbecker, Randall Children's, and now Providence St. Vincent.
So in order to create more room, they're doing things like delaying procedures that can wait. And they're also getting creative with staffing, which is understood to mean that staff are asked to care for more than the usual number of patients that they might be asked to care for.
Young children less than 6 months of age are at the highest risk. But right now, about a third of the hospitalizations are in the 6 month to 3 year age. And again, corresponding to the possibility that these slightly older infants and toddlers haven't had RSV the last couple of years.
If you have to be around others, consider wearing a mask and refraining close contact with vulnerable kids.
Now we know that COVID and flu are both transmitted in air, you know, for kind of a 6 feet distance. But we've always known for 50 years that RSV is transmitted more on surfaces.
These local health experts say most kids will not be sick enough to visit the ER, and they're hoping this advice will help families keep them as healthy as possible.
Keeping the kiddos' nose clean, using some salt water and some sort of nasal aspirator, using some Tylenol if by bringing a fever down, it makes the kiddos feel well enough that they can drink enough to stay hydrated.
Alma McCarty, KGW News.
To another story we've been following out of Chesapeake, Virginia. Family and loved ones of 6 people killed at a Walmart Tuesday night are mourning, and we're learning more about what happened. Police say a manager at the store pulled out a handgun before a routine employee meeting in a break room, then opened fire, not appearing to target anyone specifically. In addition to the people killed, 6 others were hurt. Investigators say the gunman is also dead after apparently turning the gun on himself. The man was a Walmart employee for 12 years, and police are now looking into a motive. Now to other headlines we're tracking for you this morning. Deputies in Clackamas County need your help finding this woman, 44-year-old Sarah Sallow. They say she snuck into 4 different schools and stole stuff from staff members. Investigators say she got in during school hours by claiming to want to enroll a child, then asked to use the restroom, and snuck into unoccupied rooms to swipe wallets and purses. Sallow drives a gray Nissan sedan. If you see her, deputies want you to give the Clackamas County Sheriff's Office a call. And people in our area remembering those who died in the Colorado nightclub shooting that happened over the weekend. A crowd gathered in downtown Vancouver yesterday for the 5 people killed and 19 people hurt at Club Q in Colorado Springs. The 22-year-old suspect in the shooting appeared in court for the first time yesterday. They're facing possible hate crime charges along with counts of murder. And 2 separate shootings left 2 people dead in Portland last night. The first happened in the Creston-Kenilworth neighborhood in Southeast. Officers found a person with a gunshot wound there around 8 o'clock and tried to save them, but they died. The other shooting happened just over an hour later in Northeast Portland's Park Rose neighborhood. That person shot also died at the scene. Police say the shootings are not related and no suspects have been arrested in either case. And that's a look at your morning headlines. Okay, the other big story today, of course, Thanksgiving and travel. This is a busy time of year for travel with lots of people driving or flying to family gatherings. A lot of people already hit the road, but our Bryant Clerkley caught up with transportation officials and travelers before they left for the holiday.
I pump myself up in the morning. I motivate myself. I'm like, I need to get my coffee. I pray, and then I'm like, okay, we're gonna focus. We're gonna get there.
Jada Yater is gassing up in downtown Portland before heading home to Tacoma, Washington for Thanksgiving. She knows the roads will be crowded and busy, so she wants to get home as soon as possible. The Oregon Department of Transportation says Thanksgiving is one of the busiest times of the year for traffic.
Everything going in and out of the Portland area is going to be pretty busy, and that's going to mean the Gorge. It's going to mean up and over the Cascades. It's going to mean up and over the Coast Range as well.
When it comes to gas prices, AAA says they've never been more expensive on Thanksgiving, but they are falling. Oregon is down 20 cents in the last week, and the current average is $4.56 a gallon. In Washington, the average is $4.60 a gallon. That's down 18 cents from the last week. But compared to 1 year ago, the average price in Washington was $3.88 and $3.80 in Oregon.
As people are traveling, we are seeing the travel volume this year almost back where it was before the pandemic. So this year, we will see the 3rd highest travel volume for Thanksgiving on record, only behind 2005 and 2019.
Even though gas prices are falling, drivers across the Portland metro are still feeling the pain at the pump.
I haven't been home in 3 months because of the gas prices. Like, it's so expensive.
I've just been keeping driving to a minimum and trying to find other ways to get around, trying to stay in the city more so you don't have to have any reason to leave and stuff like that.
Over at PDX Airport, it was also packed Wednesday morning as many travelers headed to their Thanksgiving destinations via plane. This family is taking their young daughter to visit grandparents in Nevada.
Yeah, this is her first time traveling via plane, so we'll see how it goes.
Bryant Clerkley, KGW News.
Yeah, I know, Rod, you saw the rush of people leaving the city yesterday when you were going home, and then I'm sure people are going to be rushing back Saturday, Sunday. So yeah, keep that in mind.
On the flip side, when I drove in this morning from Vancouver, you could tell it's a holiday. There was nobody on the roads.
A dream,
Yeah.
a cruise.
But that'll probably get busy at some point today, right? It always does. Here's a look at our quiet northwest satellite. Everybody's dry, minus any mist with fog. Oregon, Washington, down to California, over into Idaho. Clear skies stay over the Cascades. Those passes are dry, so zero travel issues today in all directions. From your driveway, basically. Here are the early morning numbers. There are chilly spots. Salem's at 38. PDX has now dropped all the way down to 33. It's 35 out in the Dalles. We do have east winds in the gorge, but they're sporadic. Crown Point has been blowing to 40, but down along the river, it's literally calm to maybe a 25 mile per hour gust and then back to calm. And that could continue in East Multnomah County today. So the tale of today real quick is we think east winds will clear out Portland and Vancouver during the morning hours, the main metro, including out into Hillsboro. But you get down into Salem and Albany, it's tough to tell. You folks might stay under the clouds all day today. You're under a dense fog advisory, Marion County, until noon, by the way. Okay, let's talk about tomorrow. So today will be dry, however that plays out. If you get sun, you warm into the 50s. If you don't, you stay in the 40s. Here's rain first thing tomorrow morning. Cold front comes into Portland tomorrow afternoon. Latest timing shows pretty steady rain from noon, if not shortly before, through at least mid-afternoon. Now, this doesn't show it really clearing the back edge until about 5:30. Could be sooner than that. I really feel pretty good that the rain we get tomorrow, which could be a quarter to even 3/10 of an inch of rain, so pretty good soak tomorrow. Most of that rain, if not all of it, will be over by 6 o'clock, and then we have the tree lighting ceremony hosted by KGW, of course, down at Pioneer Courthouse Square at that time. Snow levels start off high, above 6,000 feet tomorrow. They fall to 4,000, but by the time they get down to the passes, most of the moisture, I think, will be over. And remember, there's a colder system that comes in Sunday, so this shows you heavy snow over the Cascades developing early morning Sunday. That's snowy pass travel all day on Sunday over the Cascades. For today, Salem, Corvallis, I think you stay cloudy at least long enough to have highs only in the 40s. But Southwest Washington, including Portland, should pop up into the 60-degree range. Here's a 7-day, the rain tomorrow, mainly dry during the day Saturday, the rain Sunday, and kind of an explosive showers with hail and chilly weather on Monday. And that is your forecast.
Okay, thank you, Rod. A campaign geared toward incentivizing people to shop local this holiday season is underway right now. Coming up, how you can get your name in the hat to win everything from gift cards to an iPad, even vacation stays. You won't want to miss it. And of course, we want to remind you the KGW Great Toy Drive is underway, going strong. This is a look at our toy box, and it looks pretty nice out right now, right? But we need your help to keep filling it up with toys for kids in our community. If you give this week, local Toyota dealers will be doubling your donation amount for double the toys. Who doesn't love that? You can also drop off a new unwrapped toy at any IQ Credit Union, Fred Meyer, or local Toyota dealership. Also, if you'd like to drop off a toy in person, this Saturday, Laurel Porter, Pat Doris, and the KGW team will be at the Hollywood Fred Meyer collecting toys for kids. We hope to see you there.